Good morning, students. Welcome to class of accounting. The topic which we are going to do today is ledger. Okay, you must have heard the name ledger. Before ledger, the topic we discussed was journal. You know the first step of accounting is journal. When we record the books, the business transactions, that is known as recording, and we make a journal. To move ahead one more step of accounting, when we transfer the entries from journal to a place or account where all transactions related to one head are written, that is known as ledger, and that process is classifying. And when we put the entry from journal to ledger, it is posting. So what are we doing? All the transactions related to one particular account are put at one place, that is known as ledger. Now I'll tell you the format of a ledger. Ledger has two sides, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side, it has date, particulars, JF and amount in rupees. Similarly, right hand side, date, particulars, JF and amount. I'll explain it to you. Date means on which date the entry was passed. Particulars, the detail of that entry. JF, where in the journal is the entry. Because if you have to see a journal entry of something, you do not have to search the entire journal. आप यहाँ से page पढ़ेंगे, the journal folio, the page number, and in the journal you can directly see the entry. The left hand side is the debit side and the short form used is debit, DR. The right hand side is the credit side and the short form used is CR. And here you write the account for which you are making the ledger. Now I'll tell you how do we pass an entry from journal to ledger. For example, we take an entry, as you have done journal, you must be knowing. Let's say X started business with a capital of 1 lakh as cash. 1 lakh as cash. We know the journal entry will be cash account debit to X capital account. Alright, X capital account. This is on date, let's say 1st January 2020. This was the entry. On 5th January 2020, X purchased furniture for rupees 20,000. Now you know the entry is furniture account debit to cash, because furniture is an asset. Asset increase is debited, cash is an asset. When we are paying cash, it is credited. This you have already done in the previous chapter, right? Similarly, let's say on 6th January again, you paid the electricity bill. Electricity charges account debit to cash account, which is credited. Let's say here the amount is 1 lakh, here the amount is 20,000, and here the amount is 5,000. Now when we have to make the ledger from here, what do? Let's say cash. In the journal, the entire entries of cash will be placed at one place, and that will be known as the ledger of cash or cash account. How do we post the entry? In the journal entry, whatever is the opposite account of that particular account will be posted in that account. For example, cash, so we will post to X capital. Here we will post buy furniture, and here we will post buy electricity charges. So when we post these entries in the ledger, 1/1/2020 cash के account में क्या जाएगा? To X capital. So 2 is the debit side. Date comes 1st January 2020 to X's capital. What is the amount? 1 lakh. Now when is the next entry of cash coming? On 5th January. Furniture to cash. So buy furniture. Since cash is on the two side, it is buy furniture. So 5th January 2020, buy furniture. How much? Amount. How much is it? 20,000. Alright. And let's say there's one more entry on 6th, buy electricity charges, because it's to cash, so it's buy electricity charges. 6th January 2023 by electricity charges. How much? 5,000. Now let's say there are no more entries related to cash and the entire journal entries are over. So now this is the cash ledger. We always have to close the ledger by equating both the sides. Sometimes the sides are automatically equal, but sometimes if they are not equal, we have to equate them. Let's see what is the total of the debit side and the credit side. We know debit side is 1 lakh and here it is very less. So we will write 1 lakh. Now this we have to equate. So what is the total? 20 plus 5, 25,000. That means how much less is it or how much balance is there? 1 lakh minus 25,000. How much? 1 lakh minus 25,000, which comes to 75,000. So this is the balance of the cash account. And whichever side is less, we write the balance on that side. So we close the books, let's say on 31st March 2020, we say by balance, and this balance we will carry forward to next accounting year. That is why we say carry forward. CF stands for carry forward. How much? 75,000. Okay, now both the sides are equal, so here also we write the total as 1 lakh, and when the total is equal we write 2 double lines. That means we are closing the account now. And in the next accounting period, when we will open the cash account, it will start with this balance, but opposite side. When in 1st April, let's say we will open the account 2020, we will open the account here. We will say 1st April 2020 to balance, that was carry forward. So we have brought forward. How much? 75,000. And then we put the transactions of that period and again we close the account and we take the balance forward. So what the crux is, whenever we take a journal entry, whatever ledger we are making, we post the opposite entry in that ledger. When we have finished posting all the entries in the ledger of a particular account, we close the ledger. If it balances both sides, well and good. We close it by drawing 2 lines. If it doesn't, we write the balancing figure and we close the ledger, and next year when we open the account, we open it with the balancing figure on the opposite side. I hope the topic is clear to you, and if you have any queries, please get in touch with me and you can ask your doubts and try some questions related to posting in the ledger. Thank you.